I prayed for you. I want to take that particular portion of it and I want you to hold on to it as we move forward. I want to ask this question. How many of you trust your words? The words that you speak, how many of you trust your words? Just by a show of hand, how many of you trust your words? How many of you in this room would say that, yes, Pastor, I have a measure of faith. I have a measure of faith. I trust my words. I trust what I say. And I have a measure of faith. How many of you believe that God listens to you when you speak? If you believe that, hold your hand up. I believe that God listens to me when I speak. Now, with that being said, here's the final question. How many of you can say, I expect great outcomes as a result of my voice, as a measure of my faith, in believing that God listens to me? All right, well, we're on the right tangent now. I want you to know here in this particular section of the Bible, where we're reading in Luke chapter 22, that Jesus throws a curve right in the middle of us. And if we're not careful as readers, we will miss this particular phrase. Jesus starts out in this particular section, and he talks to them about, listen, Simon, I want you to listen, that Satan has desire for you. Satan has desire for you. Now, I want all of you to know this because this is the premises of life. I want you to know that for many of us who are believers, not many of us, all of us who are believers, Satan does not want us to maintain that status. He desires to pull us away from our loving Father. He wants us to be distracted with our problems rather than the power of God to fix our problems. He wants us to be more concentrated on what's going wrong in our life rather than knowing the man in our lives that can make the wrong things right. He wants us to feel overwhelmed with our day-to-day functions, our day-to-day activities, be concentrated on all of the things that are compounding on us and compounding on us till we get to the point that we become complainers rather than praisers. I want you to know that Satan desires to have you. And Jesus goes on to say to him that in the Message Bible, here is how it reads. It says that Satan has asked for permission to test you. I need you to hear that. Because this is the most important thing that goes with what I've been talking about. The devil cannot do anything that God does not allow. He cannot do anything that God does not allow. Now, I'm reminded when I read this of the Old Testament person Job. And the devil came with all of the elders and presented himself before God. And God noticed that Satan was there. He says, Satan, what's up? What are you doing? Where you been? He said, hey, I've been in the earth trying to find out who I can devour. He said, well, if that's what you've been doing, have you considered my servant Job? He said, oh man, Job is in love with you because of all of the blessings that you bestowed upon him. God says to him, no. Job is in love with me because I'm God and because Job is Job. And Job is in love with me because of the relationship that we have. It's not based on material things. And to prove it to you, I will let you go and take everything that Job possessed. Hear that phrase. I will allow you to take everything that Job possessed. And he says that, man, if you let that happen, Job will curse you to your face. God said, not so. We're deeper. He allows it to happen, and when Job experienced this, he realizes that Job would not curse God and die. He says to God, well, the only reason that Job hadn't cursed you and died is because you set a hedge about him. God says, what's up with that? He said, well, I think that if you allow me the opportunity to touch Job, not his content, not his possession, but touch Job, he'll curse you. God said, you can go and do whatever you want in affliction to his body, but just don't touch his soul. And Satan went and he gave this affliction upon Job and sores all over his body and so much and so on and so forth and so on. And Job in all of his sickness maintained his integrity. He did not curse God. Because God knew that he and Job were deeper in possession, in personal attacks. Job expressed that if God can give it to me one time, God can do it for me again. Job expressed to us that if you endure your hard times, God will go with you through your hard times, and at the end of it, you will come out with victory. So here we are in the New Testament with a person by the name of Simon Peter. And Jesus is talking to the disciples in a group, but he calls Simon's name out particularly. Simon, Simon, behold. In other words, Simon, Simon, look at here. Simon, Simon, pay attention. Simon, Simon, grab this. Don't be deceived, in other words. Satan desires to have you. Satan wants you. Now here's another part of this. To sift you as wheat. We all understand, we grew up in the country, we work in the kitchen. Some of us may not know this, but I'm going to tell you this. The sifter is designed for breaking things up into particles, making them very fine and minute. Why does Satan want to sift Simon as wheat? Because this is the thing that I came to, because in the singular, I thought that when Jesus says Simon, Simon, he was just talking to Simon. But if you go and grab some commentaries and go back and look at the original language, it says there that Jesus addressed Simon because Simon was more influential than the rest of the disciples. So he was speaking to the disciples, but he was calling Simon's name. Now, why is that important? Because y'all know I'm accustomed to asking the text questions, okay? So why is it that he's talking to Simon, addressing Simon, with the intent of the whole group hearing what he's saying? I need you to catch it. Because what he knows about Simon is that Simon has that thing in him that he's not going to take the back seat. He knows that Simon has an impressive personality. And he knows this about Simon, that Simon, through all of his experiences with him, that Simon has built influence. So if I get Simon, if I get Simon, Satan, that's my problem. I got too many S's in a row. So I get kind of twisted at the tongue and get kind of tied up, so I have to go clean my palate. So he say, if I get Simon, Satan says, in his influence, I grab everybody else. All right. He wants to sift you as wheat because Satan is about disunity. He does not want us to be one. He doesn't want us to be unified. He doesn't want us to function as a community. He doesn't want us to function as a race of people. He doesn't want us to function as believers. So anything that I can do that can disconnect the body of God or the body of Christ, I'll do that. Have you ever asked yourself, why is there so much confusion in my house? Why me and my wife are not getting along? Because Satan is sifting. Why is it at work that there's so much discord in a place that I'm going to try to make a living and all I want to do is just earn my check? But why is that so difficult? Because he doesn't like connections. Because what happens is, if you and I get connected, then you're going to learn to trust me and I'm going to learn to trust you. And we're going to be able to build some camaraderie. And we do know where 2 or 3 are gathered together, and that God will be in the midst of us. So I don't need you connected, because when you're not connected, then the greater possibilities of God coming in and doing great things become so small. If I can keep you fussing about stuff that really doesn't make sense, if I can keep you focused on the small things, then guess what? I can become a distraction to you, and you'll focus more on the problems than you are the presence of God. Amen. Why is it that you think that Satan is sifting in the house? Make children have confusion among themselves. Jealousy and strife. Well, he got my thing and he won't let me play with his stuff. That's mine. It belongs to me. And you're just saying, for God's sake, can we just have some peace and quiet in this house? But what he's trying to do is cause disunity. Because if I can give you chaos, I can have your peace. If I can give you problems, I can steal your joy. If I can compound problems on top of problems, you'll become a complainer rather than a praiser. If I can keep that up for years, can make you talk about the pastor and talk about the ministry and talk about the church and see no value in it. In your words, they have power. And the people that's listening to you, the people that's connected to you, and say that if you don't have value in the place that you're going in, you don't see the purpose of going, then why invite me? Why am I going? Why would I get up on Sunday morning and go to church for 11:30 service? After all, I got to go to work tomorrow and get up at 8 o'clock. I've been doing that Monday through Friday anyway. Why can't there be a day of relaxation for me? Because he understands that if I can use your words, I can use your words against you.
Amen.
So the body of Christ becomes less attractive. Why? Because of my influence. And oftentimes when we're using our words, we don't understand that there's an underlying strategy. That because Satan has made us more concentrated on us than the power of the person we're walking with. And it ends up winning in a lot of cases. Simon, look here. I need you to know that Satan desires to have you. And he knows that if I get you, I'll get your house. If I get you, I'll get the house. If I get you, I'll get all your co-workers. If I get you, I'll get your brothers and your sisters. Because it's hard for two to walk together except they
Agree.
About sifting us so fine until we feel like there's nothing left. Too small to put back together again. I hope y'all get it. He's not about us coming together as a church body. He would rather have 2 people in the choir than to have 200 in the choir. He'd rather have you oversleep and be mad that somebody didn't wake you up. Because if you're angry, you're going to say, forget it, I'm not going to go to church. I'm just going to go and stay at home. It's all, can I say it? It's all strategy. It's all Satan's plan. All right? Y'all got that?
Yes, sir.
But here's the thing that Jesus says. I hope you're ready. Simon, I've given you this information. And I share with you that he was out of sick this week. He's asked for permission. And I want you to know that I need you to know whatever that you are struggling through. Hear that. Whatever you are struggling through, it tells us that God must have said, it's okay. Man, I'm going through all kind of crazy stuff. And God said, okay. God would only say okay to what he knows you can handle. It's going to make you cry, but he knows you can handle it. It's going to get you upset, but he knows when you come to yourself, it's going to be all right. He knows that sometimes you're going to feel like you're losing your mind, but he knows you're not going to lose your mind. Whatever you're experiencing, whatever God has allowed, God says, yes, it's okay to approach him that way. Because what I know about him that you don't know is that he's going to stick with you. Today. Do y'all hear this? Satan has asked for permission. Nothing can happen to you that God has not said yes to. And what God says yes to, God knows at the end you are victorious. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to do something crazy? So what we have to understand is that even if our lives look ugly, God has a makeover in the process. God allows us to go through the fire. Do you know why God let us go through the fire? Because it's the best purifier that there is. intense the fire is, the more I can sanctify you. The greater that your outcome is going to be. I can get all of the residue out of the way. All of the stuff that you don't need, I can get it out of you through the fire. Man, I don't want to go this way, but this song is on my mind. Through the fire, to the limit, I gladly risk it all. Y'all know that song? Man, I love that song. You don't know that song, do you? Oh man, I wish I had it on my YouTube. I would play it for you. YouTube. Is that Roberta Flack?
Jay-Z did a remix.
Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan, Roberta Flack. Which one is it? All right. Somebody do this for me. Take out your phone, and all you got to do is do the fire to the limit, to the fire to the limit, to the fire to the limit, and see if it's Roberta Flack or Shaka Khan. All right. Shaka Khan.
To the fire.
Somebody already said. Mr. DJ said. Shaka Khan. All right. Sell it. Put your phone back in. Now, here's the thing. That I need y'all to really get this, because this is everyday life. Because what I need you to understand is Satan has a plan for you, but God has a purpose for you. And God will use Satan's plan. God will use Satan's plan to reveal to you who God is through your fire and who you are in the fire. Are you ready? Can I get my 4? Can I get my 4? Can I get my 3? Can I get my 4? Can I get my 4? And can I get my 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 right there. Thank you. We need, come on, you get, Tony, you come with this side. Tony's coming side. Stand in the mirror. Stand in the mirror. Stand in the mirror. I need everybody in front of a mirror. Everybody's up there in front of a mirror. There you go. In front of a mirror. Is it one left? Come on. Beloved, whoever got up, come on. Yeah. Come on, right here. I need you to look at yourself in the mirror. I need you to look at yourself in the mirror. Because this is the part that's getting ready to throw you for the biggest curve you've ever seen. Are you ready? Listen to the disclaimer that Jesus gives Satan. Are you with me? Simon, that Jesus gives Peter. Simon, Simon, Satan desired to have you, to sift you as wheat. Catch this curve, but I have prayed. What? But I have prayed. What? But I have prayed for you. What did you just say, Jesus? You just told me that Satan wants to turn my life upside down. You just told me that this man wants to rip me to pieces, and your answer to me is, but I have prayed for you. Y'all don't see it yet. What Jesus is saying here is it does not matter what Satan is trying to do. When I pray, things happen. When I pray, God hears me. When I pray, it nullifies everything that the devil was trying to do. I think I'm going to go ahead on and preach him. What he's trying to say is, when I pray, and my question was when I saw this, because I've been reading this for a while and I've been missing it. My thing was, when who prayed? Jesus says, when I pray, things happen, or I prayed for you. Jesus says, but, which means, y'all know what but means, right? Everything that I said prior to but becomes smaller than what I'm getting ready to say. What Jesus is saying is what's most outstanding right now, but I prayed for you. Help me, Jesus. He said, but I prayed for you. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? This is what it means. When I pray, God hears. When I pray, God answers. When I pray, God gets on the move. When I pray, expect things to turn around. I started out asking you a question. How many of you believe your words? You raised your hand. I asked you, how many of you believe that God listens to you? You raised your hand. I asked you, how many of you have a measure of faith? You raised your hand. And the last question I asked you is that if you believe those things, how many of you believe that God will give you favorable outcomes? expect great outcomes. You raise your hand. What you don't know right now is the woman that you sit beside is the woman that when she calls God, God listens to her. When she expects God, God shows up. No matter how bad things are, when this woman starts praying, what she's trying to tell you, brother, don't you worry about this, buddy. All I got to do is get to my prayer closet. Because when I start talking, God starts listening. And when God starts listening, things start moving. And when things start moving, things start changing. Don't you worry about what's going on in your life. Just give me one moment. And what I want to do in my moment is, you're looking confused, and let me tell you why. Because you've been praying for a while, and you ain't been getting the responses that you want. Let me tell you what Jesus shows us. He says, but I prayed for you. And when I ask the question of the text, who? Jesus lets us know, I'm God's son. Let me go ahead and make it universal to you. I'm God's child. Let me tell you what else Jesus says. I have a relationship with the Father. And the Father knows my voice. And the sheep knows the voice of their shepherd. I ain't forgot about y'all in the mirror. Y'all stay right there as I'm coming to you. What he's saying is that the shepherd knows my voice. What Jesus shows us that there is a direct relationship between him and the Father. And what ends up happening in this relationship, it gives him the confidence that what I pray for, I ain't got to worry about it. Because the faith that I have, God is already going to respond. And I want you to follow the text now, because I'm going to come on, hit reverse. I'm going to go forward, hit reverse. Because what he does to Peter, it says this, I have prayed for you that your faith fail not. Now, why did he ask Jesus that your credit card don't fail? Why did he ask Peter that your health don't fail? Why did he ask Peter that your mind don't fail? He prays to God that Peter's faith does not fail. In other words, that you don't lose heart, that you would not be willing to give up and to give in. Don't give up and don't give in. No matter how heavy it gets on your shoulder, don't you give up and don't you get in. No matter how dark it gets, no matter how dark it gets, don't you give up and don't you get in. I'm praying that you don't lose faith. Now catch the next part of the subject, the phrase. And when you're converted. What he says to Peter is, because I pray for you, I expect for you to be converted. Because the kind of prayers I pray, they have outcomes. It ain't just a whole lot of gibberish. When I pray, they have outcomes. And the outcome is that when you go through your stuff, you're going to come out. And when you are transformed, I want you to strengthen the brother. In other words, that when you come out, I don't want you to be shouting and thinking about, oh, I made it. I want you to know that if you've been in the fire, it's already been proven that you won't burn up. And sometimes we have to learn to go back in the fire to get other folks that stuck with it. You're in the mirror. Here I come. Here I am. Here I am. Here is the problem. When you look in the mirror, you got a full view. What do you see? What do you see? Me? What do you see? Me? You see me? What do you see? Back up. You can't see all of you. Back up slow. I want you to see all of you. What do you see? You see you. What do you see? You see growth. Can you see all of you? Yeah. Good statue. Go right here. You see greatness. Go right here. You see you. You see you. You see myself. You see that. You see you. Oh my goodness, here. Check this out, check this out. Most of the times when we look in the mirror, we don't realize why we come to the mirror. We come to the mirror to try to alter what we see. You're going to come, that's my phone. You're going to come and wash your face. Because you want to alter what you see. You're going to comb your hair because you're trying to change what you see. You're going to put makeup on because you're trying to conceal what you see. Put on clothes and you check yourself out like, because now you have on what I'm going to call a facade. Nobody sees my curves and my edges and all my imperfections. And when I look in the mirror and I say, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready to go to work. What see in the mirror is the image that we want to see of ourselves. Because we've learned to be creators of image rather than walking in the image. Genesis 1 tells us that we're created, that God created the earth and all this stuff. And then when he got to man, he created man in his image. So when you look in the mirror, you don't see beyond the heartaches, betrayal, pain, the frustration. And when you're in the mirror, you're talking to yourself, I'm so tired of this job. Getting ready to go to work another day. Brushing your teeth and saying, I'm so sick and tired of these fellas at work. I don't know what to do. If you look in the mirror, can you see past what you covered up? Can you see that the external presence does not reveal internal healing? Because we put on a facade. And check this out. The presentation that we just made is for world acceptance. But what we don't realize is that we've covered up so many things that we're not satisfied with. So the challenge here, Jesus says that when I pray, is do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? And some of us have to come to a place that we have to accept, yes, I'm broken. Yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm bitter. Yes, I'm angry. And others of us have to say, I've been where I've been hurt, but now I'm healed. I've been in a place where I was stuck, but now I am delivered. I once was in pain, but I'm getting better now. Because you have to realize that when God gives you an opportunity to look at yourself in the mirror, you got to see all of you. You got to see the growth. You got to see the maturity. You got to see the child of God. You got to see the intimidation. You got to see all of those things in the mirror. Because if you don't acknowledge it, you will always cover it up. And God would never have the opportunity to heal it. So Jesus says this much to us. I know who I am. The second thing that he points out is that I pray my words. I don't expect anything less than what I pray for. Let me tell you the words that are on my notes. If what you're looking for in your life has not happened, you got to become a creator. You got to speak to begin to create what you're looking for. Amen. Right. And if what you are speaking, you need to create, you got to have words that will activate what you're looking for. Amen. Because sometimes we can see it, but we don't know how to get it going. And all it takes is our words. Because let me tell you something. Your words have more influential power. That's right. Amen. And the reason that Satan keeps you complaining is because he doesn't want positive influence. He doesn't want you to know that you are an encourager on the inside. He doesn't want you to realize that the people in your circle, that you can shift the whole atmosphere if you just tell them this word, honey, I believe in you. You can shift the whole thing. Even when he's broken, she can somehow speak life into him that make him think that I can knock that doggone wall down and everything on the other side of that doggone wall belongs to me. All she has to tell him is this. Listen, no matter where you go, I'm going to go with you. I believe in you with all of my heart. And as long as we're praying together and saying together, no matter what happens, we will conquer and we will succeed. I'm by you if nobody else is by you. You won't tell me that this man won't stand up and look at a brick wall and say, I got somebody standing beside me and believes in me. And I'm going to tell that wall that you got to come down. Why? Because we got to get on the other side of it. At first, I got to get on the other side. But because of her words of encouragement, because she's activated me, I'm going to tell him, we got to get on the other side of that. It was just her words that made the giant in you wake up and got your adrenaline to pumping to the point that you say that that wall ain't no barrier. It's just a wall. Our words, Jesus says, I prayed for you. My words, the Father have connected with. When he goes on to say that I pray for you, he says that you don't lose faith, that your faith, listen, that you don't lose heart. I'm going to tell you something. The people standing in this mirror right here, he intends for what you see to break you. He intends for what you see to make you throw in the towel. He intends for what you to see to say, I've been praying to God for 8 years and ain't nothing happened yet. He intends for you to say, there ain't nothing out here for me to do. I'm tired of school. I'm tired of homework. I'm tired of the rules that my parents have. And I want to be like everybody else. I want to go and be my own man and do my own thing. And you ain't got no job and no means of taking care of yourself. And the only way that you're going to take care of yourself if you walk away from your mom and daddy plan is you got to start holding somebody up. You got to steal from somebody. You got to cheat somebody out of something. So he don't want you to see the future. That if you just wait for God just a little while, and you come to the age of maturity, that if I just listen to mommy and daddy who have wisdom, who has gone through something, I get what belongs to me. And what belongs to me, it tells me that the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. There's nothing that God shall withhold from them that love him. And if I love God with all of my heart, then I can go farther than my mommy and daddy has ever gone, because I love God and God loves me. But he doesn't want you to see that. He wants you to see the rise of every other child that's doing deceitful things, that are living the life that you're thinking about. And I want to tell you something. Somebody laughed the other day and says, Snoop trying to do and tell people how to do makeup. Let me tell you something. Snoop ain't no rapper. Snoop is an artist. He's an entrepreneur. His business has never been about gang banging. When he got his first record deal, he realized something, that I'm making money a whole lot different than I am out there slinging drugs. What he realized is that I got to become a manager of my gifts. God has given me the ability to make music, but I got to be able to stretch it farther than that. And I'm going to tell you something. Guns and knives ain't going to give me prosperity. The only thing it's going to do is diminish my dreams and cause me to die where I am. Snoop has the ability to be on a commercial that's going golf. Because he moved away from gang banging. Can I use my words? He transformed himself from gang banging to becoming a businessman. Look in the mirror and say, I see growth. But is that growth limited? Or do you see that there is no boundaries with God? Because when he says that the earth is the Lord, look at the mirror. When he says that the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, when he says that your boundaries have been extended, do you see yourself treading in places where there may be roadblocks? And because there are roadblocks, God is saying, I need you to detour. I need you to pick up somebody along the way. If you go the way you're going, only you're going to get there. But if you take this journey that I'm trying to send you on, you'll pick up some more folk along the way. And other folks who don't believe in themselves will see you coming, and they will join themselves to you, and they will attach themselves to you. And you two will go and make each other brighter, make each other richer. Through your experiences, God will bless your life and bless the life that is with you, because God never intended for success to be by itself, but God intended for your success to bless not only you, but to bless somebody else, to learn from somebody else's mistake, to listen to their counsel, to grab their wisdom. You get to see the boundaries, that there are no lines for you when you walk with God. All things are possible. When you look at the mirror, you got to see beyond what I've gone through and understand what Einstein understood. Because this light don't come on now, don't mean that this light won't come on. I gotta do something different than I've been doing all the time. I talk about the Wright brothers with the airplane. Just because this one crashed, we're going to start over again. And we're going to take that one out and say, that doesn't work. And we're going to try something different. I'm trying to tell you what Jesus is saying to Peter. Don't lose heart. Don't lose heart. If God has revealed it to you, then God has the responsibility to make provision for it. But you won't get there alone. But you got to remind yourself that there's something in me that will not die. There's something in me that will not quit. There's something within me that sees greater than where I am. And I got to keep looking up the road. And I got to keep traveling. I'm going to get there. You got to say to myself, listen, I'm young right now. I'm young right now. I'm young right now. I'm a tender plant. I'm a tender plant. Can you see yourself in the mirror? That God wants to take this young age of tenderness and shave off the things that need to be shaved off and deposit the things that need to be deposited. But you got to see yourself as an empty vessel and not knowing all right now and not having all of the answers right now and not saying to your parents that you can't tell me anything. I got it, I got it, I got it. But learning that your ears are open lid. And if you're willing to hear what they're trying to tell you, then God can fill your empty container and bless you in ways that you cannot imagine. If you would take the words of the council of elders, God will bless you and help you to avoid hurdles and obstacles that others have faced in their lives. And God will give you the ability to propel beyond where we have gone. And a measure of minutes and days. When you look in the mirror, we have to see beyond where we stand. We have to see beyond it. Have our hearts been broken? Yes. But we have to say that even though I'm broken, He prayed for me. And Jesus' prayers are always answered. And no matter what the pain is, He is. I tell you now, that God hasn't brought you to this moment to become complacent. Contentment is okay, but not complacency. You got to know that where you are is the stepping stone to the next thing that God has for you. And you're asking God, well, God, why aren't things coming together? God is saying, because I don't intend for it to right now. There's somebody else in the struggle with you that you don't see. And I need you to slow down long enough that they can get their rhythm right. They want to quit. You can't quit because they are watching you. God, why do I have to go through all of this? Because you're His. You're His.
Yes, Lord.
And God has the prerogative to use us like He wants to.
Yes, Lord.
And let me tell you something that makes it easy. No, make it easier. It's when we lift up our hands. We stop fighting. And we submit ourselves. Does it mean I'm not going to bleed? Nope. But I want you to know He knows how to stop bleeding. Does it mean that I'm not going to cry? Nope. But let me tell you what He does with tears. He bottles them up. He bottles them with tears. There is not one pain cry you have made, and God is not hearing it. There is not one pain cry you have made, and God is not hearing it.
Thank you, Lord.
What you got to see in the mirror is a person that can be transformed.
Yes, Lord.
What you got to see in the mirror is a person that is healthier. What you got to see in the mirror is a person that's standing in a particular place just for a season. It is only a matter of time when I trust Him that things are going to come together.
Yes, Lord.
Listen, as I continue to trust Him, that things are going to come together. As I continue to trust Him, things are going to come together. Satan will tell you, look around and look in the mirror and see what everybody else has got going on and ask yourself these questions. Why not me? Because your DNA is not the same. And your journey is not the same. Well, God, look like everybody else has favor. And it looks like they're your favorite. Not so.
Hallelujah.
Because see, when you order French fries with no salt, that's a special one. When you order your sandwiches, and I want you to know that Burger King is pulling them through the roll. It's just rolling through the heat because it's flame broiled. But when you go into Burger King and say, I want it medium rare, it changes the whole thing. It's going to take a little less time. It's going to take a little longer time for a medium rare because it's a special one. When you tell them no lettuce and just cheese, mayo, and pickles, they yell this in the back. a special order, no lettuce, just cheese, tomatoes, and pickles. Because it's a special order. Your delay does not mean that God does not favor you. It means that you are special to God, and God is working something special. When you look in the mirror, you have to tell yourself that the only reason that it's being labeled is because I'm special. And I'm not like everybody else. See, he can't just throw 16 buns or 16 patties on the grill and pull them off together, because mine was ordered differently. And because mine was ordered differently, it's going to have to be handled differently. What I need you to do is see in the mirror, not who you are right now, but the person that God has in the fire, and that God is working through the flames. Because I'm going to tell you something. If the flames would have killed you, you would be dead already. If the flame would have been to kill you, you would be dead already. Oh, you've been in hot places. You've been in hot places. You've been in hot places. If the fire was intended to be detrimental, you would be dead already. But the fire is a refining place. It's a refining place. It's where God brings out the best you. It's through the fire when God brings out the best you. Let me tell you and conclude this. When you come through, when you come through, when you come through, and when you come through, and when you come through, and when you come through. He's not telling you not to move forward. He's telling you, I need you to go back in. Because there are brothers that need to be strengthened. There are others that need to be transformed. There are others who are dreaming, who feel like their dreams are not going to come to pass. And I need you to go back. I need you to go back. I need you to go back. And strengthen them. I asked the text the question, why was it necessary for Peter to go back and strengthen them? Because Peter could tell them this much. He allowed me to walk on the water. But when I took my eyes off him, I started to drown. He can tell them that when I was on the mountaintop and I said it was good for us to be here and let's build 3 tabernacles. And he told me, Peter, no, we got to go back down yonder because there are others. Yes. It's not just about us who's at the top. We got to go to the trenches. We got to return to the trenches. Just because you're on top don't mean that you have been graduated from the trenches. It means that you know the way down to the top. Go back and get others to help you. The ultimate fate of Peter is this, because he tells us the story. Peter says, oh, I'll go to prison with you and I'll die with you. You're going down to about 35, 36, 37. He tells Peter, oh no. See, before the cock crows, you would have denied me at least 3 times. But that's not the most important part of that. The most important part of that is that Peter does exactly what Jesus says. He denies Jesus 3 times. The same person that he told, I'll go to jail with you, homie. I'm your ride or die, homie. I got your back. If nobody else have your back, homie. And Jesus tells him, I know what you're thinking, but not gonna happen that way. And what ends up happening, Peter denies him. And he's broken. Yes, he is. Peter runs after he's denied him. And he goes to a place of seclusion and he hides himself because he cannot believe that when he heard the cock crow, that God did what Jesus said that I was going to do. I promised him that I would not. He's so disappointed in himself. Because I need you looking in the mirror. I need you looking in the mirror. Because he's so disappointed in himself, he goes into hiding it. He starts to feel that his worth is no longer of any value because he's let Jesus down. He feels like at this point in my life, I might as well give up because I have abandoned the Savior. At this particular point, failure, this is so major. How am I going to come back because he's getting ready to die? But it's not until the resurrection morning that Peter gets a message. Yes, sir. Go tell the disciples and Peter And when they tell Peter, he said, come and tell the disciples, and oh yeah, you Peter, that he is risen. And Peter looks from the corner and says, somebody call my name. What did you say? He told us to come tell the disciples, and you, Peter, that I'm risen. He called me. Yes, he did call you. And what does that look like in everyday life? When he calls your name, he's saying, I'm not worried about your failure. I'm not worried about your mistakes. I'm not worried about the things that have gone wrong in your life. Because you are yet breathing and you're yet alive, I'm saying that it's time for restoration. That you can pick yourself up from your downfall, and we can start all over again and look for yourself to be better in the future. All of that just because I prayed. Let me tell you something. Jesus wants us to know that regardless of what the devil's plans are, when we pray, it changes everything.
Yes, Lord.
So when your person come to you this week and says, man, I just don't know, you tell them, I pray for you. Man, listen, I pray for you. Wednesday comes, I pray for you. What are you talking about? I pray for you. When I pray, I expect things to happen. So you can stop complaining because we can start looking for God now. Because I pray. Because I'm a child of God. Because I have a connection with God. Because I'm in a relationship with God. Because I am a believer and I've seen him do things before. You can stop your complaining because he's going to come through.
Yes, Lord.
Why? Because of my relationship with him. Because of who I am with him.
Yeah.
Because of the trust that I have in him. Because of the faith that I have in him. You can expect great things to happen. Thank you for the mirrors. You may return. When you go to your seat, I need you to do something for me. As you're going to your seat, I need you to do something for me. I need everybody in this room to stand up. Go ahead to your seats. I need everybody in this room to stand up. I need you to grab a hold of one person's hand. Grab hold of one person's hand and you should be facing each other. You should be facing each other. You should be facing each other. 3 is not going to work. You're going to have to be 2. You're going to have to face each other. 3 is not going to work. It's going to have to be 2. And you're going to have to face each other. You're going to have to face each other. You're going to have to face each other. Are you with me? You're going to have to face each other. Are you with me? Don't worry about them. I'll watch the babies. I'll watch the baby. Who's the third one over there? Can you go over there and grab him? Everybody's together. And it doesn't have to be anybody that you're familiar with. I like what y'all done right here. I like what y'all done. Y'all switch this thing around. I like that. Just because they're husband and wife and whatnot, they shift it and say, wait a minute, you get our spouse, I'm going to get your worship. Or we need to prepare. What I need you to do right now is I need you to pray for the person that you have. What I want you to pray is that God would allow them to see their true selves. To know that they're the head and not the tail. They're above only and not beneath.